welcome back, man, to another Real Talk reaction. This one right here is for episode 4 of Adolescence. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's still for the algorithm until the end of time. Let's go.
All right, a number of comments on the
Wow.
last episode. Starting with EP Faye, who says, the scene does show a good portrayal of what might be bipolar disorder or some other mood disorder. Just as J. Rabbit said during the reaction, it shows that social media is scary. I think this really hits on the level of victimhood and of social isolation. Katie was a bully to Jamie, but she didn't deserve to die. But Jamie felt alone, and with access to look at his risque pictures of women at the click of a button, he found them as objects and disposable. He might be saying he didn't kill her, he knows that he did, but he's trying to protect himself from that. This world has become something where you can hit the delete button when you make a mistake, and there are fewer and fewer things that you can go on. Just like a social media game, why can't Katie come back to life? Because real life exists beyond a screen.
Yeah, that's true.
Shanice says, this episode was so good. Definitely to ask her out when she was in a vulnerable and, according to him, weak position, where she couldn't say no, to ask her out in a nice and polite way. And I don't think someone who thinks the way he does would have then responded well to her no. Then the fact that it was right after that she started to call him an incel, only him, not anyone else, and not the guy who sent her pictures around, just Jamie, makes me think that I'm right in my thought process of how he acted with her. Also with the way he thinks about women, she's also not wrong calling him an incel. He is one. He killed her for rejecting him, and I think he's aware he killed her. Certain things he said, including at the end of his assessment when he talked about having the knife and how he could have touched her, that he wanted to touch her, that others would have, but he didn't, which makes him better. Ugh. Makes me think he's aware of what he did. He just thinks he didn't do anything wrong because she didn't have a right to reject him, but she did. So he had a right to kill her, but he didn't touch her, so he didn't do anything wrong. It's just delusional. That thought process and his immediate trying to go back on it makes me think he's aware of what he did, and it's also why she then decided she was done with her assessment and had the reaction she did after he left the room. Great reaction. I look forward to the finale.
Yeah.
I don't think we followed that as well as you guys did. EPCJ says the actress who plays the psychiatrist also won the Emmy for the performance. Such a great episode. You kind of forget that it's essentially just two people talking for an hour. A few things I picked up on. Jamie says when he messed up at sports, his dad would turn away. At the end of the first episode, as Jamie touches his dad's arm, he turns away from him. In the first episode, he kept saying, I haven't done anything wrong, and here he keeps pushing that narrative. I think he knows he killed her, but he genuinely thinks she deserved it and that he was in the right. This is crazy. Every time he said something even remotely incriminating, he lashed out and accused the psychiatrist of putting words in his mouth. He clearly hates women, but also doesn't accept any responsibility for anything he's done. He always blames the other people, women. Wow, final episode already. Such a short series, but definitely one for the TV history books.
For sure.
Oh, and I just remembered the cheese and pickle sandwich. If you ever hear of cheese and pickle in the UK, it's not pickles like you would serve with a sandwich in the US.
Oh, I'm finna paint shit right now.
He's just gonna throw it on there?
Yeah, bro, you about to paint the whole parking lot.
Let's leave going the pictures.
No, you know what? I have got changed now, right?
It's okay, we'll just leave it.
No, it's okay, we'll go.
It's okay.
Sure.
I thought he sounded better than last week. Didn't he?
I'm relieved now. Yeah, you just admitted it.
Maybe making a decision has made it a little better then. You remember what Jenny said?
Yeah.
Did Daddy feel more shitty than the mom?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm not broken yet, honestly, no. Not doing that.
Why are you being like this?
Being like one of.
You're the one in with him. Never even seen the tape.
Please, let's not do all this again.
That's becoming your catchphrase, isn't it? Let's not do this, let's not do that again.
Look, I mean to me being in there, you not being in there, please. Can we not do that again?
That wasn't what I was saying.
Well, what are you saying then?
You saw the tape, I didn't. This isn't you threatening kids, wrecking your van. I know you're angry, but him going guilty is probably for the best. And if you were honest, you'd see that as well.
I saw what I saw. I didn't want to believe it. And when I saw it, we couldn't do nothing about that. All kids are like that these days, aren't they? You know, you don't know what they're watching in their room, love. Could be watching porn or anything, do you know what I mean? Look at that fella that popped up on my phone. Going on about how to treat women and how men should be men and all that shit. I was only looking for something for the gym, wasn't I? You can't keep an eye on them all the time, love. We just can't.
He has a terrible temper, but so have you.
Don't say that. Well, I didn't give him that, did I?
Oh god, this sucks.
What did I give him that?
I hate everything about this. This just fucking sucks. This is true story
But
all
I do
the way
sometimes
through,
think
but
we
it
should have
fucking
stopped
sucks.
it. Seen it and stopped it.
We can't think like that. Remember, that's what she said. It's not our fault.
So it's convenient when you want to use the
We can't blame ourselves.
therapist, but when she was using therapist, he's like, fuck
But
it,
you
she's
know
not
you
here
don't
right now.
know.
Like,
Give me.
But when I was his age, my dad used to fucking batter me. Sometimes he'd take the belt to me and he'd fucking whack me, and he'd whack me. And I promised myself, I said, when I had my own kids, I'd never do that. I'd never do that to me kids. And I didn't, did I? I just wanted to be better. But am I? I'm not better.
You tried to be. You both did.
You tried to be. I took him to footy, didn't I? Because I thought it'd soften him up. But nobody was crap. So they just stuck him in goal. I just stood there on the side of the pitch while all the other dads were laughing at him. And I could feel him looking at me. And I couldn't look at him, man. I couldn't look at me own boy.
exactly what Jamie said.
That lies, Stu.
He's not going to get back tonight.
I was so really united, no better.
Yeah, you were a good one. You are a good one. Maybe that's what me off the ball a little bit. But he was in his room, weren't he? You know, we thought he was safe, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't we think he was safe? Now, what harm can he do in there? Thought we were doing the right thing.
I was a good mum.
He was.
I am a good mum. You're a good dad, a great dad. But we made them.
Ugh, I can't.
So if my dad made me, how did I make that?
Come here. We didn't know what he was going to do. That's why he wanted you in there with him. He knew you wouldn't believe it. You thought you'd protect him.
Should I have protected him?
You couldn't.
Could I have protected him? Shouldn't we have done more though?
I think it'd be good if we accepted that maybe we should have done. I think it'd be okay for us to think that.
I still see that little boy. Big homeless. Swinging on the monkey bars. Throwing pictures downstairs of monsters. Eating chocolate.
And he'd get it all over his face, wouldn't he? It'd be all over his face. His little baby.
Feels like it was yesterday.
It was.
She got mascara everywhere on her face.
That is like sober like.
She can't even cut. Redo it.
He just kept saying it wasn't me. Dad, it wasn't me. And I believed him.
So I saw it too.
And then I saw the tape.
Yeah. Yeah, it was him.
I wish it had been you. I wish it had been you. You'd have done better.
No.
Yeah, you would. You'd have done better.
You guys are alright.
Well, at least only one of y'all seen it, because I don't know if both of y'all
Yeah,
could handle it.
Yeah.
What's that, Nick? That's lovely.
No, it's not new. I'm probably just.
We
can't move.
could do that.
Mum, if we move, he'll be better for a bit, but then someone's just going to find out something. And then that's something's going to be everything, and then it'll just be even worse. You know, it's Jamie. Jamie's ours, isn't he? Yeah, that's good. We can rent a film here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we can find some popcorn.
Got popcorn somewhere?
Yeah.
Can I take away?
Yes. Oh, please.
Prawn crackers for everyone, eh?
Prawn crackers for everyone.
You pick it up, bring it home.
Should we have some breakfast? Start with breakfast.
Yeah.
Come on. That black pun will be sprouting legs and walking soon.
I'll sit at the table.
Thank you.
I'll give you a hand.
You're coming nowhere near, Bertie boy.
How's this way my hair, eh?
Same way we made him.
I can't.
World is covered by our dreams, scars we cover up with pain. Watch them preach it
should have really came and took most of all his
through
shit.
the
Like, that computer, they should have took that too.
I'm sure they did, babe. I'm sure that's just a screen.
darker times will come and go. Times you need to see smile. And mothers' hats are warm and white. I would rather feel this world through the skin of a child. Through the skin of a child.
Man, that was episode 4, the series finale of Adolescence, and what a wrap up it was again. Just beautiful storytelling, beautifully done with the camera, very intimate, straight up in your face with it, and I just love the one take part. I know it's very difficult to pull that off. That's why they don't do it a lot. But I mean, I thought this was just done so flawlessly and professionally, right? So this episode was just it was basically just the aftermath of what they going through, what's going through their heads. And I love the conversation at the end with the mom and dad in the bedroom. They trying to go through all the denial motions of like what they could have done to do. I don't really see anything that they could have done to prevent other than just not let him have technology at all. And so you just cannot do that. You know what I mean? It's just I know they're gonna beat themselves up for sure on the shoulda, woulda, couldas. But at the end of the day, that is just life, really. And there's really nothing the mom could have done, the dad could have done. Yes, the daddy got some anger problems. I mean, but who doesn't? Right? And then in this situation, you couldn't even give me an example of he just every day out here being mad like this. Because this episode was just clearly he's angry and upset because it's his birthday for one. It's been 13 months since his son was there. He still can't believe his son did it. Now his son just called, said he was guilty. And then at the same time, he just went through this whole ordeal of seeing the video. It was compounded today. It was very compounded. It's probably the worst day of his life that he's ever going to remember. Besides his son getting the door kicked in and him got to go down to the police station. This is just the worst 2 years of their lives, the family. And so, you know, you just, even though it's not a realistic situation, it's been a realistic situation for a lot of people. And, you know, it's tough every single time. But I thought this show did a great job pulling it off. 4 episodes, that's probably as max as you can do with it because I don't know how much more they can go with, you know, just
On a different perspective when someone is clearly guilty. We figured that out first episode. There was no like twists or turns. There was no like getting him out of it. It's ultimately he's guilty and exploring what that looks like on this side of things. On both, you know, trying to get Jamie to understand or get Jamie to speak on his perspective on why he did the things and what he thinks he did or didn't do, as well as everybody else impacted by going through the school and getting the feedback of the students impacted and things like that, and then ultimately ending on how has this situation impacted his family dynamic and what it looks like going through just a day, just a regular day. Yes, it was a dad's birthday, but just a regular day after something as traumatic as this happens, and what that looks like and what that feels like. It is devastating. It's very devastating. It's hard to watch a show like this, being a parent and having a son specifically, because all you do is put yourself in the parent's shoes. Like, that's all I did the entire time, and like all the emotions that came up this episode specifically, even just the simplicity of like, do you think we can make this? Because most relationships can't survive something like this. They just can't. They keep going through this circle. We saw that in Broadchurch. We saw this in all the shows that we watched. Like, this is a very traumatic thing to go through, because you do go through the same freaking conversations over and over again. What could we done better? Where do we feel like we failed? Why is she good and he isn't? Like, all these, like, you can't fault them for that. Like, it is such a huge responsibility to raise a person, to make a person in this world, and all you want to do is make them better. And again, the articulation that they did back and forth, you just want them to have a better life than you did, and you want to be better parents than your parents were to you, and feel like that's what you set out to do, and then still your son, you feel like you epically fail your son. Like, they don't feel like the son failed them. It's so sad. It feels like they failed their son. It's the saddest shit in the world. Get it together, girl. But all that to say, it is phenomenally well written. It is perfect with the 4 episodes. The camera work was incredible, and I thought you just articulated so good, babe. It was intimate. I think it was going to be an intimate show regardless, but it definitely was enhanced by the intimacy of the camera not giving us a break. Not giving us a break in the momentum of each episode. We were stuck with the characters for that entire hour. There was no like breaking off time, getting a set. We were stuck with them and all the emotions that came up organically within that hour time frame, which is phenomenal. It's so well crafted, so well done. I loved every moment of it, and it definitely added to the overall emotional takeaways that you get from this, because in all reality, the actors didn't get a break. They couldn't break face. You know, obviously the actual characters we're watching, we got to see them through the highs and lows of every moment, and then additionally we had to feel all of that too watching it, because there was like no breaks. There was no cut in time. We're seeing that hour, that's the hour you get, period. So that was phenomenal, and it's something unique. It's something I feel like we haven't experienced before. So I'm just very, very grateful that our community voted that in so we could knock this out. Again, it was something completely not on my radar. I'm sure now with the Emmys having posted, it would have been something we've been curious about. But you guys allowed us to jump into it before that took place, which made that even more special. So really, really great series overall. Heartbreaking to the fullest extent. Obviously, I'm all red. I've been crying. But that makes for a good TV show. So appreciate you guys so much. Can't wait to see what you guys have up next for us.
All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Adolescence, Season 1, Episode 4, the series finale. And until next time.